Hey, guys. Hello. Happy Wednesday. We're going to go live in just a few minutes. So go ahead, get comfortable. Get your notebooks and pens ready. I'm going to go on my YouTube channel and share it to my page. So we will get started in just a couple of minutes, everyone. I am just sharing the YouTube channel to my page. So those who are not in the group can go ahead and tune in as well. So if you're on YouTube, if you can go ahead and share as well. And we'll get started in just a couple minutes.
Boom.
Hey guys.
Okay.
Hey. We're just waiting for Coach Ed Hayes to decide he wants to join us.
I'm live.
Hey, sir.
I'm in the building. What's going on?
Good. How are you?
All right.
Welcome to Wholesaling Houses for Newbies. I know that you have been a member for a while, and you were gracious enough to have me on your YouTube channel a few months ago. Actually, last year. It seems like it was forever ago, but it's just a few months ago. So welcome to Wholesaling Houses for Newbies. We're going to get started in just a couple of seconds. Just want to give people time to come in. So everyone tuning in, I see you guys coming in. As you come in, please state your name and state where you are calling from. The reason why I do that is because there are other people that are going to watch the live stream. There's other people in the group that may be in your area, and it's a great way for you to network, and it's a great way for you to meet people within your area. So as you come in, please state your name and state what city and state you're tuning in from on tonight. So, and those of you who are tuning in from YouTube, if you could do me a great favor and just share to your Facebook page, I would greatly appreciate that. That's not up to the camera. I don't know what camera you're putting that up to, Ed.
Oh no, I was.
Oh, you were showing your wife?
Yeah.
Hi, Miss Hayes.
Hi, how are you?
Good. You should join us on tonight.
Well, I wish I could. I have an errand to run for the business.
Okay. We're going to be talking about you and your family and everything. So I hope you are able to go back and look at it.
Awesome. I most certainly will. Thank you.
All right. No problem.
Nah.
Hey, Vanessa from Connecticut. Vanessa in the house. everybody else as you come in. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I like to start on time and end on time. So again, welcome, Coach Ed Hayes, to this space called Wholesaling Houses for Newbies. I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule. It's been kind of hard for us to connect. You stood us up the last time.
My bad. This is true though. This is true. Look, I can't deny it.
So
I do appreciate you graciously accepting me back on. I really appreciate it.
No problem. I know things happen, especially when you're, a family man and entrepreneur and, things of that nature. So I definitely wanted to get you on in the new year. And because you're putting out a lot of great content and you just have, some great things to say. So again, welcome. For those of you who are tuning in for the very first time, my name is Corrie Nicole, aka The Business Beauty. And I am the creator and founder of this great space called Wholesaling Houses for Newbies. The reason why I created this space is because I wanted there to be a safe space for newbies that are new in the wholesaling space and real estate investing space to come in and be able to ask whatever questions you need to ask to get you to the closing table. So we started this group not even a year ago, and we're almost at about 9,000 members all over the country. And it's just a great, amazing, positive space, and I'm just grateful for it. So tonight we have Vanessa from Connecticut, we have Tierra from Harrisburg, we have Drew from Hagerstown, Maryland. Hey, you in Maryland with me? Hey, y'all. Hey. So again, thank you guys for tuning in. I just want to make sure you guys hear us clearly. So if you hear me clearly, put a 1 in the comments. If you hear me clearly, put a 1 in. That means you can hear me. That means you are ready to rock with us for the next hour. Hey, and let's get started. So Coach Ed Hayes, tell us where you are from. That part I don't know. I know that you are a husband of one wife and you are a father of some children. And one child, and you are you're in this space full time, I believe. So just give us, some background on who you are exactly.
Yeah. So, for you all who may not know me already, as Corey said, my name's Ed Hayes. They call me the Wholesale Coach on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, you know what I mean? But so I'm from Chicago, Illinois. I've been wholesaling since 2016. I started coaching people back in 2017. I started my YouTube channel in 2018. And I met Corey last year in 2019, and now we're here. So that's kind of like the Cliff Notes version. But, I'm working with people all across the nation, though. I am a full-time family man as well. I got the little one up in here, and my fiance, you know what I mean? We working on it, So,
oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was your wife. Okay, fiance.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I pretty much consider my wife already.
Amen.
You know what I mean? I'm not going nowhere. Let's put it like that. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, so I'm always balancing like work and life and trying to actually enjoy the relationship and being in my kid's life. And so it's always a lot of stuff going on. So I really appreciate you having me coming on to chat today.
No problem. So I definitely want to talk a little bit later in the broadcast about, your family structure and how you find that balance. Because a lot of newbies, they come in and they wonder and they ask questions about, time management. So you're out there in Chicago. Okay. I didn't know that. I have some friends out there and I want to get out there to get some pizza. I'm just not coming out there during the winter because it's too damn
Stay out the hood. Take my advice.
Oh, no problem. I'll stay out the hood everywhere I go, Jazz. So you don't got to tell me that part. So I much appreciate it with that. So tell us what you're doing every day in your business. Are you focused on wholesaling? Are you focused on buying and holding, fix and flipping? What part of the investment space are you focused on, and what are some of your goals for this year?
Yeah, great question. So I'm in the wholesaling space. That's kind of like my thing. I am a licensed agent now here in Chicago, though. So I can list properties. Like actually, when I became an agent in November, I was just like, I'm going to put a lot of time and effort into leasing Because I know still to this day, I know more renters than I know buyers of houses or whatever. So, I was looking into that. So, but my real core focus is wholesaling. And this year, actually, I'm like kind of simplifying a lot of things. Like I had a lot of services last year. I'm not gonna lie. Like I had a lead service and just all types of stuff. But this year, I'm just really focused on trying to do more wholesale deals, to be 100% honest. Like I'm super interested in doing deals with people from all across the nation, including yourself, you know what I mean? So maybe we can even do some deals together, But that's my ultimate goal this year, is to be able to do more deals this year with people that I've been working with and coaching and training. I got the YouTube and the podcast, all of this stuff, right? I'm always putting out content, but I want to actually work with people to get deals. So that's kind of like one of my goals. But what I really want to be able to kind of like my financial goal for this year, like how many deals I'm trying to do this year, is that this year I want to top 100 deals this year in 1 year. So we'll see if we can actually do that.
You definitely can. You definitely can. It's definitely doable.
Yeah.
So take us into your business. Is it a one-man operation? Is your fiance helping you out? If so, how? Do you have virtual assistants? Do you have acquisition manager, a chief operating officer, bird dogs? You know how we do. How we
right.
2020. So take us into your operation. How exactly do you plan to scale this year and make it to that 100 closed properties this year? I can't hardly talk, so.
Nah, you're good. But it is 100 deals, 100 closed deals this year. That's the goal, right? So we're gonna work on it. We're gonna see what we can do. But so how the operation kind of works, right? That's the question. So I'll be honest with you, like right now, like literally right at this moment, I'm kind of in the rebuilding phase. So I'll be honest with you, like in my heyday, let's put it like that or whatever, like when I was kind of at my peak, we're typically doing between like 4 to 6 deals per month, but as low as maybe like 3 upwards to like 8. You know what I mean? So it kind of varied a lot, to be honest with you. But so like our plan this year though, and we're actually kind of building out this team right now to actually accomplish this, is that, so just to kind of let you know, like my lady can dance, shout out to Candace, she's the real MVP.
My lady said she can't dance. I thought you said shout out to my lady can't dance. I'm like,
no,
okay. Already.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on real quick. Let me.
Oh Lord, we done lost the coach. So those of you just tuning in, please state your name, state what city and state you are calling from, and so we can give you a shout out. We got Vanessa from Connecticut, Sierra from Harrisburg, Drew from Hagerstown, from Cali. It is he wants some attention too. My dog doing the same thing in the background, back here whining.
Mercy.
California, it's about 4 o'clock out there. We got Alan from Maryland, Clinton, Maryland. We have someone else from New Britain, Connecticut. Vanessa, she said, I thought he said that too. My lady can't dance. That's what I said.
No,
okay, go ahead.
That's how you actually spell her name. So instead of calling her Candace, like, because that's not how it's not spelled that way. It's literally spelled can dance. So I always call her can dance, Anyway, but she's the lead manager. So she's like at the, kind of like the top of the funnel, making sure that everything is where it needs to be, essentially. So if we get a JV deal that we come across, she's the one who's putting it into the CRM. If we get a seller lead, or if we get a new buyer, she's the one who's kind of managing the list. And then like she used to be our in-house skip tracer for quite some time too, as well, actually. But so it's always good, I think, to have like one person that's kind of managing stuff, just to make sure that everything is kind of getting taken care of systematically, I guess.
Right.
But then outside of her though, we like to have acquisition managers who usually have just like a variety of them, but at least 2 at any given time. They're going out to the properties, checking them out. They'll take pics and videos of the property. They'll actually talk to the seller and take the deal down. Then we have disposition managers. Sometimes I'm the disposition manager, just so, like we don't have to pay out extra commissions if I'm the disposition manager. So it's a lot smoother like that. So like after a while, you end up realizing that you're better off putting like disposition and acquisition managers on salary. Actually, that's something I had to learn kind of the hard way or whatever. But so the disposition manager, they'll be going out and they'll be conversing with the buyers. They're always building up the buyers list. They're always selling properties. I try to make it as simple as possible for acquisitions and dispositions, so they don't really step on each other's toes. But acquisitions can like bring a buyer, let's put it like that, and dispositions can bring a seller technically, but I like to kind of keep them separate.
Right.
And then I've also had like some VAs that I use from time to time, let's put it like that. I don't necessarily always have one on team, but I do have one right now. So like right now I've got like a social media VA that I'm still utilizing right now, as well as like a person who makes my YouTube videos and stuff. But that's neither here nor there as far as the wholesaling stuff. But that's typically how it goes. Like if I do have a VA for the wholesaling business, though, typically I'm going to have them like being the lead manager position pretty much when I have had VAs in the past. Or I've also hired like some virtual assistants off of like Upwork, or I'll hire them locally from Indeed. So I hope that helps. I'm just kind of trying to give you as much as possible.
Yeah, that's awesome. I actually did a live earlier today in a group, and I was talking about mindset, and I'll let you know that I did want to talk about that as well. It's kind of the kick that I'm on for this full year, is getting people in the mindset of the fact that we are entrepreneurs. If you're a real estate investor, if you're a 1099, if you're doing anything where you're working for yourself and you are creating a product, you're creating a service, you're working for yourself, you are an entrepreneur. I'm a serial entrepreneur myself. You can see all my companies here.
I see you out there.
Like all backwards. So yeah, you guys get the drift of what I'm doing. So one of my companies, as you can see, is Impact Credit. So this year I'm focused on helping the entrepreneur build both their personal credit and business credit simultaneously. So I'm putting together programs specifically for wholesalers, specifically for real estate investors, so they're able to build their personal credit, build their business credit, and invest in real estate. Mm-hmm. So I put a post up in the group, letting the group know, that if they needed help with their personal credit or business credit, to reach out to me. I spoke with someone today who, he's a firefighter and he's doing wholesaling on the side. And I was telling him, he went through a divorce, went through some, hardship. So I'm telling him, definitely I can help you with your personal credit, but you also should be building business credit as well. So when you leave your job and you need funding, or you're ready for bigger projects.
I'm so sorry. Hold on 1 second. Oh.
So when you're ready to take on bigger projects, you will be able to have the funding necessary to go ahead and, invest in the projects that you want to have. So it's so super duper important for us to remember that, we are entrepreneurs. So his response was, well, I don't have my own business. Well, I haven't started my own business and everything. I'm like, well, you're a wholesaler, you're a real estate investor. So yes, you are a business owner. Okay. You are a business owner. So yeah, someone typed in, I thought I was crazy. Entrepreneur, like absolutely. You are an entrepreneur. You are a business owner. And I think that a lot of times in this space, we don't think, okay, you can unmute it, Ed, when you get a chance. A lot of times in this space, we just look at ourselves as wholesalers or real estate investors, and we're not really looking at ourselves as businesses until, we're ready to scale and hire people, but you are an entrepreneur, whether you're working 9 to 5 and doing this on the side, or if you're doing it full time like us, you are an entrepreneur. And it is so important for you to think long term. It's so important for you to think about your business goals. It's so important to structure your business correctly, and invest in your business, and just change that mindset of just the hustle and bustle and just being in survival mode, and really embrace the entrepreneur life and the entrepreneur mindset. So at what point did you say, you know what, this is a real business and I have to treat it as such?
That's a really, really good question. And I totally agree when you say that like we really have to realize that we're entrepreneurs, because if you're always in fact, like I feel like I want people to realize that like we're businesses almost, you know, because I feel like pretty much like being an entrepreneur means that we kind of own a job instead of like we just work a job, we own a job, right? But I feel like I want to get people to the point where like we're turning into the actual businesses. But just to kind of answer your question though, like honestly, like right at the beginning when I first started off, like the mentors that I was learning from, they were telling me to like go out there and like build out a team right away. Shush, dog. Lord have mercy. Anyway,
he's fine. Let him talk. He got something to say. Let him talk. He's fine.
We kind of defend the place and whatnot. He'd be killing me. Anyway.
He's okay.
He a little ankle bite. He's not even gonna do anything. Somebody come up here.
Yeah, mine too.
To the other room.
You hear the background too. You hear the dog? Philly having a fit too.
Lord have mercy. All right, but like, so I think that like what's really important though is that what happened. Oh, like back to my story. Like, so what happened with me is like my mentor had me like out there building up my team as soon as I very first started off. I'm not gonna lie. So it's like I just been in this like build a team and have all of these people around me mode for a long time, honestly. But I don't think like I feel like most people probably don't start like that. And in all reality, it probably wasn't even the best idea for me because I didn't even know what the hell I was doing myself. So I definitely shouldn't have been trying to hire people yet. You know what I mean? I feel like to a certain degree, at least, you gotta know what you're doing before you try to hire somebody else to do that job. And I had to learn that the hard way. And so I learned real early about like what it is to be an entrepreneur, the difference between being an entrepreneur and being a business owner, because I believe it's a big difference right there. And business is a collection of people. An entrepreneur, that's solo dolo. You're doing your own thing, but you're grinding out here. So like a real grind. But having a business, it got me to the point to where I don't have to do everything pretty much. So that's what I'm all focused about. I feel like that's super important too, because with wholesaling, there's just so many things that need to happen. But literally, it could be like 30, 40 different things that you need to do to actually get this deal closed. And if you're always trying to do everything yourself, you're going to be capped at how much you can do. You can't really scale too much if you're just doing everything alone. So it was real early on in the game that I came to learn that. Let's put it like that.
Yeah, and I think that the good thing about that was it got you in that mindset, you know, right away that this is the actual business, this is real life, and we're not gonna be playing any games out here in these streets, you know. But you know, I like that. What'd you say?
I said people were depending on me, like, you know, like right away people were, so it wasn't just me, it's like that extra responsibility. We won't do it for ourselves. We'll do it for someone else real fast. That's what it seems like. For real.
Yeah, that's so true. And, you know, I like what you said, that, you know, maybe you shouldn't have been doing it because you really didn't know what you were doing. And so I always preach about while you are working for yourself, while you are working by yourself, document your processes. Document what you are doing each and every day. Get to a point where you're using Screencast-O-Matic and you are screencasting exactly what you're doing within your CRM, within your Excel spreadsheets. Write down, you know, what you're saying to sellers and to buyers and to other wholesalers. Also, start recording your calls and so forth and so on. So it's so important for you to document your processes. So when you are ready to get to that point of scaling and hiring people, you will have your systems and processes in place. And again, that goes right back to point A, which is getting in that mindset of, you know, this is entrepreneur life. This is, you know, I am a business owner.
Yeah.
I am a business owner. I am a brand.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't think that that's talked enough about in the wholesaling spaces. And my goal is to be different. Of course, I mean, y'all can listen to me long enough until I'm different, but, you know, to be different. And this year I want to focus in on telling people things that weren't told to us. We, you know, and a lot of times, especially us, because both you and I, we both coach, you know, we want to help people not go through what we have been through.
Right. 100,000,000%. Oh,
yeah.
My bad. I thought you were about to say something else, yeah?
No.
Okay.
This is live TV, this is live internet chat. We just going with the flow. Yeah. So, that, you know, that's our purpose as coaches and as mentors, is to help people, you know, not make the same mistakes that, you know, that we have made. So transitioning, now you are full-time, you are engaged to be married. How are you handling that? Where's the balance?
Man, that's a really, really great question. Like, just as far as things that we don't talk about enough, oh my God, like work-life balance, quote unquote, work-life balance. I think that's something major that a lot of like high-powered entrepreneurs rarely talk about, I feel like. And I study this stuff a lot. I study some of the greats, and you rarely hear them talking about like their relationships and stuff like that. And you always wonder, like, you know, I'm always seeing you online, like, when are you ever with your family, right? That's what I'm always thinking, you know, because I'm like, my family is always trying to be like right here, you know, oh, daddy right there, let me get right there. Like, that's what everyone,
right.
If I'm going to the store, they want to go to the store with me. You know what I mean? It's like that. So what I've been able to do, like what I'm trying to do, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not perfect. Like, I feel like we have really worked on it. Like over like this last year, we did a lot of work to try to guarantee family time, guarantee like one-on-one time with me and my lady. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I feel like this is super important. It's part of the reason why I'm sane still right now. I'm not like ripping my hair out all the time and just going crazy, because like we figured out a balance. So like I'll kind of give you like a little bit of an insight on exactly how we kind of did that. Like we pretty much like we put it on the calendar. So it's like we can't not do things essentially. So like on my daily calendar, I use Google Calendar a lot to help me organize my life. Okay. So, and then I use an app called Todoist. So like to-do list minus the L. So Todoist, like I use both of those apps, and like we'll write out like what our like weekly schedule is going to be. But like every day on Google Calendar between like 9 and 10 p.m. every day is us time. So that's like me and my lady's time that we just spend our time together. We just do us, whatever it may be, watching YouTube videos, chilling out, watching Netflix, whatever, you know, it's just us time. You know, nothing can come in between that. It's not negotiable. And we did the same thing for our family time pretty much. So from 3 to 6, because my daughter gets out of school at 3. So from 3 to 6, absolutely nothing can get in between that. Like we got to help her with her homework. We got to cook dinner, you know, things like that or whatever. So it's just like sacred time pretty much, where we literally don't let anything get in between that. And every conversation that I'm having for the most part is scheduled. So I use like Calendly, and that connects to my Google Calendar. So nobody can just like get on my calendar, or I never overbook things that overbook over business, or not business, my bad, but like family time or us time. It's just a non-negotiable. So that's pretty much like the only way that we've been able to stay sane over this past year, is that we plan on it. And we pretty much just plan to relax and enjoy time. We'll plan out the holidays and birthdays. Like Candace's birthday is coming up like next Friday, I believe, something like that. So, you know, like we try to
something like that. You need to know. And she knows very exactly.
I got 9 days. But yeah, like I think that like, I don't know. That's pretty much how we've done it though. That's kind of like a quick, you know, brief summary of it or whatever, but it's not always easy. I'll keep it 1 million with you. I'm not going to try to front my move. It is pretty challenging, to be honest. And sometimes, you know, I'll be super overworking for days, and then, you know, I'll look up and, you know, I'll just have spent family time for days. So I'm still trying to get the balance thing together. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you, but it's working somehow, some way. We're working it out.
Right. So at what point, and I mean, we have time, so we don't have to, you know, rush through it.
Yeah.
Because I really want to zone in, you know, on this tonight, because a lot of us, well, I'm single myself. I'm single, and I'm definitely out here mingling. Okay. So, and a lot of most of the people that I attract are leaders, are very busy people. But my love language is, you know, quality time and words of affirmation. So, you know, quality time is very important to me, and it doesn't necessarily have to mean being in my physical space. Because again, I'm a true Aquarius. So I like my alone time. I like my space. I like my air. I need to breathe. I don't want you up under me. Exactly. So, so FaceTiming is super important. Like you said, watching a movie together while we're on FaceTime or Skype or Duo together, seeing each other whenever and just making that quality time for each other. But with me being a single woman, I also, when I date someone, I'm looking for someone who's going to be able to be supportive, who's not going to be intimidated, and someone who's going to support my businesses. Mm-hmm. Now, you may not need credit repair. You may not be, going through a foreclosure. You know what I'm saying? You may not need a virtual assistant. You may not need coaching or mentoring, but you could share a post. You could, you could share a video. Yeah. You can, talk about me at your church and say, we may need a financial services or home buying or a real estate investing seminar. You know what I'm saying? So I look for that type of support. And, just had a conversation with one of the guys that I'm dating. And again, he travels all over the world. He's always constantly training. He's constantly coaching, mentoring, and it's like a really, really big deal. Like a really big deal, Right, So, we really had to have a come to Jesus talk because he's like, look, Corrie, I'm not gonna be able to do this, and that, but I can do this. And I said, you know what? Because he was like, well, I'm not going to change. And I said, well, you know what? I'm not going to change. How about that? I grabbed my little stuff. I'm about to walk out the door. He was like, come on. Let's talk. Let's adult. Let's talk. Let's work. So I'm like, okay. Because it's it's a compromise. You have to meet each other. And so he was like, Corrie, what do you want? And I said, well, I will be happy with one night a week, uninterrupted, just for a couple of hours, not the whole day, not anything. We just want to have an activity once a week, uninterrupted. That means no phone calls. You're not answering this one, calling from there. And I mean, he gets paid a lot a month. I mean, we low on the totem pole. We only charge a few $100s for our coaching. I mean, he charges tens of thousands of dollars for his coaching and his mentoring. So when his clients call, that's money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't give a damn about that. You know what I'm saying? I want my couple of hours, a week. So at what point did you guys realize that it was important to really just have that balance, or was it just something natural, that kind of happened as you were building your business?
Yeah. Oh man, that is such a good question. You ask some good questions, you should really you can have your own show or something, Corrie. I'm telling you, this is good.
Into existence. We're gonna speak it into existence.
I'm liking this. I really like this. For real though. This is really good questions. For real. But so I'll be honest with you, I'm gonna keep it 1 million on this session. I'm gonna have to call them back. But look, I'm gonna keep it 1 million with you on this session. We realized that we were just butting heads. You know what I'm saying? It was just we just wanted to be happy so bad, and it's the things that I was wanting, because I'm this super driven, ambitious type guy or whatever. And she ain't got no time for none of that. She ain't trying to be the super internet dude, doing all of this stuff. And, it's cool and all, but that's not her thing. So I really had to come to grips with that, and it's I felt like it was almost unfair to her to a certain degree, and we had to have a come to Jesus type of conversation with each other when it came to this, It's well, look, I need my time. That's essentially how it was for her, essentially, and it was super refreshing, and it helped me understand a lot better, because I'm yeah, you know what, that's right, because she didn't sign up to this to be my secretary or something like that. You know what I'm saying? That's not her dream of just going on this journey or whatever. You get what I'm saying? So it's I had to realize that at the end of the day, if I want to keep it, I'm going to have to spend time with it. Let's put it like that, I'm just being honest, you know what I mean? I feel it wasn't we weren't about to break up or anything like that or whatever, but it was always that, oh, well, you don't have time for this, da, da, da. And I was she's you know what? At some point, it was I feel it was kind of I was tired of hearing her say that I was never there. and like feeling bad too. Like I was tired of not being there. You know, I started getting burnt out in the business and stuff like that as well. You know, so it's just like, you know what, you're right. Maybe I do just need to relax a little bit. I mean, like we got so much money already. It's like, why am I even stressing? Why am I even working this hard?
But it's nice what you said. We got so much money already. That's nice. That's
as the funds started to go up, though, I realized like, okay, I'm doing all of this stuff for money, and that's cool. Don't get me wrong. Like, I feel like at a certain point that peaks out though, to where it's like, it doesn't bring that same pull. It doesn't pull you as much because like you know what's there. Okay, like okay, I can go anywhere. Okay, you know, it's like you know what you have access to, and like once you've done it, then it's just like oh, that's it. You know, like that's how it feels at least.
Right.
You know? And I realized that like, you know, the money ain't everything, and like you'll end up losing the things that are priceless if you only think about the money. That's kind of like really boiled down to for me, and I'm not willing to lose what I care the most about. You know, it's like I'm literally not doing this for me, so it makes no sense to not spend time with the people that I love the most that I'm actually doing this for. And it's really kind of like how we came to that, you know, like, look, we're gonna put it on the calendar. There's no way that we can not do this. It's gonna happen, you know. So that's kind of what happened. Yeah.
That's awesome. Love that story. Love the fact that, you know, you said the money is good, and the money is good. The money is great. We're not forsaking or negating that at all.
Right.
We all want to make money. Bible say money answers all things, and I agree with that, honey.
Yeah.
Whatever you going through, give you $1 million. I bet you come out of it a lot quicker. Amen.
On that.
Hey, we love money, so we're not saying that, but I just want us to again get into the mindset of having that balance and knowing that, you know, at the end of the day, it's about our family. It's about those memories. It's about quality time. It's about those things that are priceless. And I like the fact too, Coach Ed, that you have incorporated your fiance, and I'm sure when your daughter, is it daughter?
Yeah.
When your daughter gets a little older, I'm sure she'll have her little I buy houses teach. My dad buy houses.
She's already on it, just for the record. She literally already on it. She be at school. She in second grade. She be at school like, yeah, my daddy he on the internet. He the wholesale coach. Like her teachers be telling me like, oh yeah, like you got a cheerleader right here. Da 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 da. She got the whole class looking at your YouTube channel. I was like, that's what I'm talking about, baby. Like
yes, exactly. And so she is one of your marketing specialists in your company. So I hope you are giving her a salary because you could pay her, I believe, up to $12,000, you know, tax free. So that's something you want to talk to your accountant about, and you want to give them that because that's another tax deduction. Amen.
mm-hmm.
So yeah, so I love the fact that you are incorporating your family into your business and into your everyday. And guys, as you guys are tuning in, again, if you guys have any wholesaling questions at all, now is the time to ask them. It doesn't necessarily have to be on the topic that we're necessarily talking about. It could be any wholesaling questions that you have. You have the wholesaling coach on training tonight, so now is the time to ask them, you know, these questions. So just type them in the chat box and we will get to them. I promise you. Now let me play Angel's Advocate, you know, really quick. So what if, you know, your fiance said, look, I don't know nothing about wholesaling, that's your thing. I don't want nothing to do with that. Just make sure, you know, the bills is paid and I get the bag I want when I want it. I don't want nothing to do with that. How would you feel if she didn't have anything to do with that? I don't know if you coach people that, you know, have partners or have spouses that don't want anything to do with their business. For those that are tuning in that have that resistant spouse or that doubting spouse or that pessimistic spouse or partner, what would your advice or strategy be for that person?
Yeah, oh, such a great question, I swear. So like, honestly, like I said, like my lady's like, she's not like the most, like she's not trying to start a business at all. And then again though, like she's very interested in starting other business, but you get what I'm saying. Like she's not a wholesaler lady or whatever. She's not trying to be that person either. So it's like, we kind of dealt with that, right? But I feel like her actually getting into the business, like literally is like a part of our saving grace. So let's put it like that, because now we both had something that we were like integrally connected to. And now it's like our relationship is much bigger than just me and her or whatever, and the little one or whatever. It's the business too. So it's literally people from all across the nation, not even just in America, in Canada and the Philippines. There's so many people depending on us to keep this stuff going. And it's like, we know that if I don't do my role, then this won't happen. If she won't do her role, then that won't happen. But that's not everybody's story, right? So like if it came down to someone who did have a non-supportive spouse, I'm not gonna lie, like I believe personally that like the people that you spend the most time around with, they're gonna be the ones determining whether you actually make it there or not. Like I believe that. Like either you're gonna, I don't know, I just feel so strongly about this that like you have to surround yourself with the right people. Everybody's got BS, but you have to figure out like what BS are you willing to put up with from someone else. You know, so like if that person's BS is literally trying to destroy your hopes and dreams, then it's like the question is, how much do you care about those dreams? You know what I mean? Because you know that like that's BS to have to deal with, you know, and like you want somebody that's going to be supportive and pretty much ride or die. Like that's one thing I can say about my lady more than anything else is that she is the ultimate ride or die chick. Like she was literally like, she's down for the cause, whatever it is. I'm like, hey baby, I need XYZ. Like she's literally going to go drop locks off at a JV partner's house so that dude can put the locks on an abandoned building at like 7 o'clock at night almost, you know, in rush hour traffic.
Wow.
She don't necessarily do it with a smile on her face every time, but she's ride or die. Like she gonna knock it out if it needs to get done. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
But I'll be honest, like I've seen plenty of other people. You know, I've been coaching for years now, so I've seen businesses collapse and crumble because of the non-supportive spouse. And I'm not gonna lie to you, like that's one of the non-negotiables for me. Like you have to support my dreams and journeys. Like I've been breaking up with females since I was 15 years old for not supporting my dreams and goals. Like, where do you? The very first female that I ever broke up with, she just didn't want to support my goals. I was trying to be an Amway global specialist at that time. I was doing like the independent business owner thing with that. And she just wasn't riding with it. I was like, you know what? Stiff arm. You gotta go. Like you just gotta go. I can't do that, you know? So,
exactly. It is a non-negotiable for me too. I think for a long time, especially when we have such a church background, and you know we're taught that women are the weaker vessel, and women are to support the men, and women are not necessarily, you know, the leaders, and so on. So I've always had a very aggressive and you know strong personality, but I kind of like, you know, shrugged off, you know, those that didn't want to support, and you know those that I dated that were intimidated, and you know so forth and so on. But as I got older, I'm like, damn that, you know, we're gonna support each other, you know, and you care about me and you in my camp, and you're not buying what I'm buying. I dated one guy, and he was just like, well, you know, I don't want to support you know that business because I really don't need it. And I said, well, I don't give a damn if I was selling hosiery. If I'm selling hosiery, you gonna buy 2 cases or we're not gonna be together.
I don't even think that that's crazy, honestly. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I think that your spouse has to support you, period. I mean, like at the end of the day, we're not slaves, you know, like man, female, like we equals at the end of the day. And I feel very, very strongly about the, you know, because you're a strong Black woman, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people are going to be intimidated by that. Like my sisters are very strong, powerful Black women, you know? So it's like, I grew up around that, you know what I mean? So, you know, it's like a lot of men get intimidated like crazy by women who are just super powerful. And like, you know, a lot of women may not be very supportive of guys who are super powerful. Maybe they just don't want to be like that. But there's gotta be a balance. There's gotta be a balance where that person kind of plays their role. In other words, you know what I'm saying? Not to sound like trying to be disrespectful to those people at all or whatever, but essentially everybody has a role, and like you gotta play a role in a relationship and like do what's necessary to help the relationship grow. At the end of the day, it's like we're all just individuals, but it's like if we're gonna be in a relationship, then we here to help each other be the best versions of ourselves.
Exactly. And it's not even to Coach Hayes, it's not even just with spouses and partners, it's also with our friends too. Yes. You know, even if your family is hating on you and they got something to say about what you're doing, stop talking to them too. You know, we have to have that mindset to stay focused. Like you said, stay focused. You know, we may be doing 50 million things and offering 50 million services, but it comes a time where we have to sit down. We have to figure out what that target market is going to be, what that niche market is going to be. We have to focus in and pop that, get that popping off, and, you know, be the best versions of who we can be, basically. So I had so much fun tonight. I thank you so much for this conversation. And thank you so much for your openness. So let us know what exactly is going on with you. Tell us about your YouTube channel, how we can follow you. If you have anything going on, any coaching sessions, group coaching. I know that's something we had talked about it, you know, at some point. So just tell us what's going on with the Wholesale Coach.
Yeah. Great question. Thanks for asking. You know, that's my favorite part. Look, but no, like, honestly, guys, you know, I'm out here in the field. Like I said earlier, like I'm really interested in doing more deals with people out here that just want to get deals. Like, you know, like me and you, we don't, you know, we're not trying to get rich off of coaching or whatever. It's just kind of like a service that we have because we genuinely love helping people with this stuff, right? But I actually I kind of revamped my coaching program to people who are already kind of like in my funnel. Like you all already know most likely or whatever, but I pretty much made it like I kind of changed up my coaching program to where I can actually work with people. And like we kind of split the first couple deals that they do, but I'll actually like be in the field with them and like actually help them finding buyers and help them getting the sellers and analyzing the deals and stuff. So it's going to be a little bit next level. I'm kind of looking forward to that, to be able to actually work with more people versus kind of just talking to them. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I've been doing that for a long time and it works. Don't get me wrong. But I get a feeling that more people will kind of get that confidence necessary to win if they had me right there. Like, look, I got you. I'll hop on the phone. You know what I mean? Like that would just increase their confidence level to a whole nother level. So I just want to do that to be able to help more people get deals. But outside of that though, like I said, I'm a licensed agent out here now. So, you know, that's kind of like a thing. I may be trying to list some properties. I'm definitely trying to, you know, I'm still coaching. I'm out here pretty much. I may be leaving Illinois this year too. So there's kind of like an update as well.
Okay.
Yeah, because like this city is trying to screw us over. I got my car towed twice in like the last couple months. Like they got this stupid law where you can't have your car on the street between like December to April or something. It's crazy. I'm like, what? Like no place on the planet has this but Chicago. They're just the king with the cash grab. So I'm trying to get up out this city. Okay. Hold on 1 second. I'm so sorry. Like the guy for the JV deal is like messaging me. Candace is calling me. It's a lot of stuff going on. So
okay.
But yeah, we all good. No worries.
Okay. So, what is the name of your YouTube channel?
Thanks for asking. So you can find me, Ed Hayes, the Wholesale Coach. That's the name of the channel. You can Google it, and you can also Google the Wholesaling Mastermind. That's my podcast right there. Got over 100 YouTube videos, over 100 podcasts. Look, I'm out here in the field, guys. I'm out here with Corrie. Look, we out here. Look, for real though. Like, it's not a game. This is not a drill. So, but yeah, though. You all can find me on Facebook as well. You can join my Facebook group as well. Like I know y'all got this hefty group out there, but definitely feel free to join my Facebook group, Wholesale Deals and Strategies as well. But I put out a ton of free content just like Corrie. You know, I try to give you all the game. Most of it is for free, I'll be honest. Pretty much like the only thing I charge for is my time. My time is not free. That's all I charge for. So if you want to coach, I got you, you know. But yeah. Thanks for asking, though. I appreciate it.
No problem. So Coach Ed Hayes is out there in Chicago, Illinois. If you are looking for a coach out that way, reach out to him. He is going to be out in the streets with you, talking to sellers and buyers with you. So again, Coach, I thank you so much for being a part of our training this week. I'm so happy that we were able to finally hook up and be able to talk. I know a lot of people love, you know, our chemistry together and our, you know, our interviews together. I still get people who actually, someone hit me up the other day talking about, I heard you on Coach Ed, I heard you on Coach Ed Hayes YouTube channel, and I was reaching out to you to see if you still doing coaching and blah blah blah. So people are still watching that YouTube clip from when I was on with you last year, and they're still reaching out. So I definitely wanted to return the favor and have you on, and just talk regular everyday stuff. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, I super appreciate you having me coming on. Like we always have some really good conversations. So I'd love to have you back onto my channel as well one of these days. We gotta make it happen. Seriously.
Absolutely. And I postponed my retreat that's in March, but I'm gonna just postpone it for later on in the year. So I definitely want to get you involved in the very beginning, to come out, and we need to do some type of open panel, with us and a few other people, and just talk to the people. So I'm gonna let you close this out tonight. So you can go ahead and close this out and leave us with any final thoughts that you have on any given subject. It's up to you. I'm giving it to you.
All right. Well, look, I'm gonna tell y'all like this. I was just inside of my wholesaling mastermind group earlier today, and I was kind of talking to them about a lot of different topics. But one of the things that I kind of just want to leave y'all with is that these deals aren't going to make themselves. All right. So like, if y'all want this stuff is not technically complicated. I swear to you, my right hand up to God, this stuff is not technically complicated. Algebra is probably more technically complicated than this. Okay. You got to stick to these formulas and all. You don't have to do that. Just don't worry. But like, these deals are not going to make themselves. It's most about mindset. You got to get out of fear. You got to get out of doubt, out of worry and second guessing everything, and literally just claim that destiny. Just claim that you're going to make it happen. I swear to you, that's all I did. I was literally wiping asses for a living 4 years ago, less than 4 years ago. Old booties too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, like working at a nursing home as a CNA, literally wiping asses for a living. And I've went on to make hundreds of thousands of dollars wholesaling houses that I never owned. And half of them I never even walked into. I promise you, all I did was just claim it. Just claim it. Just make the decision that this is what you're going to do. And then just go out there and do it. Literally nothing on this planet can stop you from actually getting there. Boom. That's my best advice that I got for you. Just get out there and do it. Take action.
I love it. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone who tuned in on tonight. You can go to YouTube. You can rewatch it. You can rewatch the video in the group as well. And please, everyone, take some time and share the video. Good night and happy Wednesday.
Hey. All right now.